with Chef Frank. This is the place where we talk about cooking with love, eating with purpose, and living your best life. I'm Chef Frank, vegan chef, food coach, and your guide to plant based, gluten free living. Today's episode is all about gluten free. What is gluten? Why are so many people avoiding it? And could this lifestyle be good for you? I also share my personal story, the health changes I experienced, and how it led me to start a new project with my son, a gluten free bread and pastry subscription that might just change your life. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's go from scratch. What is gluten really? Gluten, you have heard the word. Maybe you have seen it on gluten-free packages at the grocery store. But what exactly is gluten? Gluten is a protein found in three grains: wheat, barley, and rye. It gives dough a stretchy, chewy texture. Think of pizza crust and artisan bread. Sounds harmless? Right. But for many people, gluten causes serious problems. In those with celiac disease, gluten triggers an autoimmune reaction that damages the lining of the small intestine. Even a tiny crumb can cause long term harm. So, then there are people who don't have celiac but are still sensitive to gluten. That is called non celiac gluten sensitivity. The symptoms might not be life threatening, but they can be life limiting with symptoms like gas, bloating, fatigue, brain fog, joint pain, and skin issues. And gluten isn't just in bread or pasta, it's hidden in sauces, spice mixes, soy sauces, even some meat substitutes, like, you know, you heard some of these. So, understanding gluten and how your body reacts to it is the first step toward taking back control of your health. Why I gave up gluten. Now, let me share a personal story. I started with it started with my gut. Something felt wrong. As a chef and food coach, I always pay attention to what I eat and how it makes me feel. But at one point, no matter how clean and plant based my meals were, I felt bloated, sluggish, and off balance. I decided to try the elimination diet, a process where you remove common trigger foods and reintroduce them one by one. I cut out soy, nuts, nightshades, and eventually gluten. And that was the moment things started to change. Without gluten in my system, I felt clearer, lighter, and more energized. The bloating went away, even my blood pressure, which had been a concern, began to drop to healthier levels. That was my aha moment. Gluten wasn't working for me. But there was one thing I truly missed: bread. I love bread. A warm slice in the morning with a cup of tea or coffee, that's happiness. I tried every gluten free bread I could find. Most were dry, flavorless, and filled with additives that I really don't like. I was disappointed again and again. So I did what I always do when food lets me down. I went back to the kitchen. I joined forces with my son Ben. He's a fine dining chef and certified nutritionist. Together, we are building something special. Oh my love. A subscription box filled with gluten free bread and pastry mixes that are good for your health and still taste amazing. No compromises here. If you're interested, go to ohmylove.com and sign up for the waitlist. The list is below. Um, the link is below. Our founding members will never see a price increase and will be the first to receive our mixes before the official launch. So, why gluten free? You might be wondering, if I don't have celiac, why should I even consider going gluten free? Fair question. Not everyone needs to give up gluten completely, but people, reducing for many people, reducing or removing it from their diet can make a real difference. even if they don't have a medical diagnosis. A gluten free lifestyle can help reduce chronic inflammation, improve digestion, boost mental clarity, and stabilize energy levels. That means fewer blood sugar crashes, less brain fog, and more consistent focus throughout your day. Many of my coaching clients report clearer skin, fewer headaches, and even better sleep after removing gluten from their diets. And when you replace processed wheat products from your food, like quinoa, and replace them with foods like quinoa, brown rice, vegetables, legumes, and seeds, you start nourishing your body in powerful new ways. Going gluten free isn't just about what you take out, it's about what you put in. And that's where the real magic happens. What the experts say. You don't have to just take my word for it. Let's talk about what the experts say. Many nutrients, many nutritionists agree that going gluten free, especially when done right, often leads to cleaner, more mindful way of eating. Why? Because because highly processed foods, especially baked goods and snacks, rely on wheat as a base. When you remove that ingredient, you are more likely to cook from scratch, read labels, and focus on nutrient rich meals. Dr. Elaine Foster, a plant based dietitian and wellness advocate, says it this way: people often start a gluten free diet thinking it's just about avoiding bread. But what they really find is a stronger connection to their food choices. That kind of awareness is powerful. In fact, a gluten free lifestyle done well often overlaps naturally with whole food plant based approach, which is what I teach through my coaching practice. When you bring those two together, your kitchen becomes a place of healing. Let's break it down of let's break down some of the real benefits people report when they go gluten free. Less bloating and better digestion. For many, the first thing they notice is their stomach feels lighter and more comfortable after meals. More consistency and energy. No more midday crashes or sugar roller coasters. Your blood sugar stays more stable. Improved skin health. Conditions like eczema, acne, rosacea often improve when gluten is removed. Better mental focus. That foggy feeling in your head, it lifts. You feel sharper and more alert. Reduce joint pain and inflammation. Gluten can cause low level inflammation in sensitive people. Removing it can ease aches and stiffness. Of course, it's important to note that not all gluten free products are healthy. Gluten free cookies and boxed snacks can be still full of sugar, oils, and preservatives. So, this lifestyle is not about swapping out junk food for gluten free junk food. It's about eating real food, grown from the earth, made with care. Practical tips on how to start gluten free. If you're curious about going gluten free, here are a few tips to help you get started. Start by reading labels. Gluten can hide in unexpected places like soy sauce, malt, vinegar, seasonings, and plant based meat substitutes. Get used to scanning ingredients and looking for certified gluten free labels. Focus on naturally gluten free foods: vegetables, fruits, legumes, nuts, seeds, whole grains like millet, quinoa, buckwheat. These are naturally safe and packed with nutrients. Cook more meals at home. This gives you full control. You know exactly what's going into your body, and with a little practice, it becomes joyful and easy. Last but not least, don't try to replace everything right away. Instead of hunting for the perfect gluten free version of your favorite bread or muffin, start with whole foods. Over time, You'll discover products and recipes that truly satisfy, like the ones we're developing at Oh My Loaf. Listen to your body. Every person is different. Keep a journal. Pay attention to how you feel. This is not about rules, it's about discovery. And if you want support making the switch to a whole food, plant based, and gluten free lifestyle, I'm here for you. You can visit eatlikeaveganchef.com and find coaching, recipes, and community that's built for healing and growth. Let's answer a few of the most common questions I hear. Is gluten is gluten-free just a trend? It may seem trendy, but for many people it's a life-changing choice. Whether it's for digestive health, inflammation, or mental clarity, the benefits are real. Will I lose weight on a gluten-free diet? You may, especially if you're replacing processed foods with whole plant-based meals, but the real win is better energy and long-term health. Do I have to give up bread forever? Not at all. With the right ingredients and techniques, you can enjoy amazing gluten free bread and pastries. That's what we're doing at Oh My Love, creating flour mixes that deliver fresh baked, healthy comfort food right from home. What's the biggest mistake people make when going plant based, when going gluten free and plant based? Swapping one processed product for another. Gluten free food is still junk. Gluten free junk food is still junk food. Focus on whole foods and don't be afraid to learn new recipes. Your taste buds will thank you. Living gluten free isn't about giving up things, it's about opening new doors to better health, more energy, and food that truly loves you back. Thank you so much for joining me today on From Scratch with Chef Frank. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a kind review, and share it with someone you care about. And don't forget, if you want to be among the first to taste our gluten-free bread and pastry mixes, sign up at ohmylove.com. Founding members get early access and lifetime price protection. Until next time, keep cooking from scratch and always from the heart.